what's going on, guys? It's MaxMax24, and it's Friday, which means it's time for another Weekly Gamer, the weekly show where I tell you all the fun-filled gaming news from the week. But before we get into that, please always remember to drop a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and all that does all that fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I have most on Twitter and TikTok, sometimes Facebook, Instagram. Follow me, subscribe to me here. And with that, let's get into the weekly gaming news. So this week, besides the giant sun that's now blaring into my eyes, was a pretty slow week, a pretty calm week. All right, not much happened in the gaming world, but right away, right off the bat, the first thing that happened this week was another acquisition. That's right. I don't think we can go a week without talking about an acquisition, and this time it was Sony. Sony swooped in and purchased Bungie for $3.6 billion. That's a lot of money. I wanna make something that's $3.6 billion, all right? You're gonna buy MaxMax24 for that much, right? I think I'm like on par with Bungie. For those of you who don't know, Bungie are the creators of the Halo franchise, the original creators for Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach. They haven't made Halo for a little while. They don't own this franchise, but they are the original creators of it. They used to be under Microsoft, and then they left Microsoft and went under Activision Blizzard, where they made Destiny and Destiny 2. Everyone seems to love Destiny and Destiny 2. Well, then Bungie escaped Activision Blizzard and left them and went on their own. Well, now Sony has swooped in and purchased them. So we'll see. I'll give it a year before Bungie escapes them too. We'll see what happens. But this means that Sony now owns Destiny 2. Now, some people were worried that this means, oh my gosh, exclusive games, because that's what happens with these acquisitions. But Sony came out and saying that they're committed to multi-platform. They're committed to keeping Bungie multi-platform, which is a very interesting move. All right, it's not a move I was expecting. It's not a move I saw coming, but it's a move that happened. Now, what this is most likely in response to is Activision Blizzard's purchase, and now they're worried that Call of Duty is going to be exclusive and all this other stuff. And they're like, extending an olive branch to Microsoft, being like, we'll let you keep Destiny if you let us keep Call of Duty. That's probably what's happening. I mean, I don't know why else they would do this, because Sony in the past buys companies and makes them exclusive too. So like, it's not like it's a Microsoft only thing that buys companies and makes them exclusive. Nope, Sony was doing the same thing. So this is definitely like extending in the olive branch. $1 billion of that deal to Bungie was just to keep staff on, all right? All the staff that would be leaving when the acquisition happened, that $1 billion is to make sure they all stayed. That's pretty cool of Sony to be like, here, we're going to throw in an extra $1 billion if the staff stays, all right? So Bungie's worth $2.6 billion, and then the $1 billion goes to $3.6. So you spend a whole $1 billion to be like, stay, guys. That's cool to see, I guess. But yeah, Bungie's not on the same power level as Activision Blizzard is, but it's still a big acquisition in the gaming industry because Bungie is a well-known company. I wish they were like they were in the Halo trilogy era, not the Destiny era, but I'm glad that somebody bought them, I guess. Along with that, Sony said they're committed to releasing 10 live service games by 2026. Us gamers just love our live service games, don't we? We want more of those. Sony, listen to me. Look at me. Sony, look at me. You guys are the single player action adventure people. What are you doing with this live service stuff, all right? How many live service studios do you own? Bungie. Pretty sure that's the only live service studio you own. Stop it. We don't want 10 live service games from you, Sony. By 2026, that's more than one a year. It's 2022 now. You're giving yourself 4 years. 4 years to release 10 games. Yeah, because, everyone just flocks to live service games, and having 10 live service games on your platform all at the same time is just a genius move because everyone's going to go play them. Of course, like, half of them aren't going to die. Sony, you make my head hurt. World of Warcraft is finally going to allow cross-faction grouping. That's right, after 18 years of Horde versus Alliance gameplay, World of Warcraft is finally letting down the barriers and letting Horde and Alliance players play together. That's a really big news. Nobody saw it coming. It came in a simple post, all right? Again, nobody saw this coming. This was not on anybody's bingo card. It's nice to see, but it wasn't that likely of a thing because, Blizzard's always been a very big stickler on the Horde versus Alliance identity, and they didn't want to change that. Now, the nice thing is that players can opt in or opt out of this, so they have a choice if they want to do this or not. Frankly, I don't know if I want to take part in it because I like hating the Alliance players, but like a lot of Alliance players probably want to take part in it because the Alliance story has kind of been forgotten. You know, Shadowlands is a chance to really improve the Alliance story, but it didn't get improved. It didn't. Everyone wants to play Horde. But Horde and Alliance will be able to complete dungeons and raids and rated PvP together, which will be really nice to see. A bunch of just partying, a bunch of orcs hanging around with humans. It makes sense story-wise because after Battle for Azeroth that tore us all apart, we're back together for Shadowlands on a team. You know, it seems like every other expansion we're on a team and then we get torn apart, and then we're on a team and then we get torn apart. We might as well be on a team again, all right, for the foreseeable future. It doesn't make sense for us to be constantly fighting. It's going to come out in a 9.2.5 patch, so we have a little bit for this to happen. Guild and activities are going to remain faction-based, and certain raids, like the Battle of the Zaralor, will not be Horde and Alliance together because there's two opposing sides of that story, and it'd be weird to have a human running up on the Horde side of the Battle for Dazar'alor. Well, it'd just be weird. So those are not going to be faction. Well, those are going to be faction-based. So we'll see if that changes in the future, but right now that's what it is. Along with Activision Blizzard, they had their little earnings call. Well, they didn't have an earnings call. They just kind of posted what their earnings were. They didn't do an earnings call, which is kind of weird. But they hinted at a lot more content coming for the Warcraft franchise. They have substantial new content for the Warcraft franchise coming in 2022, including a mobile game. Now, a lot of people, the instant they saw a mobile game, they started tearing it apart. They're like, what the hell? This is not what we want, blah, 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 blah. You know, all the stuff that happens with mobile games. I'm going to be the devil's advocate here and say there's nothing wrong with a mobile game. There's nothing wrong with a mobile game, as long as you're still supporting the other game, the main game. The problem with Diablo Immortal is not that it was a mobile game. That was not the problem at all. There's no issue with playing Diablo on a phone, more people being able to play Diablo. There's nothing wrong with that. The issue was that Diablo Immortal got announced when we had no idea Diablo 4 was on the horizon. We had no idea. The only Diablo content that Diablo players had was Diablo 3, and then they got Diablo Immortal. It wasn't until a year later that Diablo 2 Resurrected and Diablo 4 were announced. So all Diablo players thought they had to look forward to was Diablo Immortal. Now, World of Warcraft players, we know that we're going to be getting a new expansion sometime later this year, early next year. So if they announce a mobile game, there's no issue with that because we know we're getting content in the mainline game. We know that's coming. So why be opposed to a mobile game when World of Warcraft is still going to get content? Now, it'd be like if StarCraft, if they went on stage and announced that a StarCraft mobile game was coming. The StarCraft community could be legitimately mad about that because they haven't had any StarCraft content. StarCraft 1 and 2 and StarCraft Remastered, that's all they've gotten. If Blizzard came on stage and was like, don't worry, the next big StarCraft game is coming, it's a mobile game, and then they can be pissed. But if Blizzard came on stage and were like, the next big games in the StarCraft series are coming, here's a StarCraft mobile game, here's StarCraft 3, well, then there'd really be no reason to be pissed. I don't know why you'd be mad. That's just more StarCraft. Same thing goes with World of Warcraft. We have the mobile game coming, and we have an expansion coming. So why be mad the mobile game's coming if the expansion's still coming? One is not taking over the other. They're both coming out. I'm excited to see what a Warcraft mobile game is, actually, all right? I want to know what they're going to do with it. I want to know what it's going to be like. I want more than a mobile game from Warcraft. I want Blizzard to go full on into the gaming world like Riot Games is doing with League of Legends. Make an RPG, make a story-driven show, make a visual novel. Just go full in on the Warcraft lore because you've got a lot of characters that you are just not touching. That'd be awesome. Grand Theft Auto 6, no surprise to anybody, I don't know why this was a surprise to anybody, is in active development. You really think that they've been spending all this time with GTA Online and GTA 5 re-releases not working on GTA 6? I'm assuming the minute GTA 5 came out, GTA 6 started production. That just makes sense. But they revealed that it's in active development. Don't worry, guys. You don't got to be worried, all right? Just calm down, calm. No details besides that it's coming. And they're going to reveal it when it's ready. Rockstar hasn't done anything wrong for me. All right, I think Rockstar is really good at making games. Sure, something can be said about GTA Online and Red Dead Online, but it's paying the bills for them. GTA Online has made them so much money, and that money went into making Red Dead Redemption 2 as good as it could be. Seriously, that was a phenomenal title, and I'm assuming the money's going to go into GTA 6. All right, if they have predatory online multiplayer like GTA Online that's making so much money, I'm going to let that slide as long as all that money's going into making a killer single-player experience like Red Dead 2. So if GTA 6 is even half what Red Dead 2 was, it's going to be phenomenal. Infinity Ward is making the next Call of Duty. Surprise, surprise. Call of Duty's not taking a year off. Nope. They're going full send Call of Duty, another one. You know, Vanguard didn't do well in sales, but that's okay. We're going to throw out another Call of Duty. Call of Duty here, Call of Duty there, Call of Duty. Oh my God. I really hope Microsoft stops this yearly release thing for Call of Duty. It needs to stop. Seriously, I'm sick of it. I don't want to buy another Call of Duty. You can't make me buy another Call of Duty. I'm not gonna do it. No. And then finally, in light of all these acquisitions, Nintendo has come out and saying they're not gonna do acquisitions. Why would they do acquisitions? They don't want to corrupt their Nintendo DNA. Okay, that's cool. Good job, Nintendo. Nintendo has no need to do acquisitions, all right? They don't. They're living the high life. Everybody's gonna buy a Nintendo game. Nintendo milks our nostalgia to death, so they're fine. They want to invest in the developers they already own and improve their games. You know, maybe throw some of that money to Game Freak because something's going on there. They're not innovating like they should be. All right, the Pokemon Legends Arceus was cool and all, but the graphics. Oh God. Graphics for a multi-billion-dollar franchise, that's not it. But yeah, that was all that happened this week. Again, a very slow week. Not much happened in the gaming industry. It was pretty calm, pretty boring. All right, it's just another week. Besides an acquisition, we'll see who gets bought next week. You know, Jeff Keighley said there's a lot of more acquisitions are coming, so I wonder who's next. But I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, all the fun stuff us YouTubers tell you guys to do. Follow me on social media, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, albums on Twitter and TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, subscribe to me here. And with that, I hope to see you in the next